Hey, how are you? Slice of Otaku, and Dororo episode 2 was great. Starting things off with the narrator talking about the perils of traveling in this time period, along with that big-headed creature holding a bell, instantly provides the audience with a sense of danger, mystery, and intrigue. Upon seeing it, based on what we'd seen from the first episode, our innate thoughts become tailored towards a fight of some sort, but without any verbal explanation, we're brought to our own realization about this thing's hostility via visual cues, which to me is a good example of show, don't tell, which unfortunately goes on to have its value diminished a bit. Firstly, with an explanation to the viewer from the narrator, and later with one from the blind old man to Dororo. For me, I think a visual comparison depending on color theory would have been enough to sell this information early on into the episode, making later having it spoon-fed to us along with Dororo become more satisfying as a good corroboration. And I'm mostly saying all this simply because conveying this knowledge is very much the central focus of the episode, as virtually everything revolves around it. Looks can be deceiving. Dororo questions how a man could possibly be this skilled without proper vision, going as far as to question if the guy is even blind at all. The man who provides the dead with artificial parts cannot turn a blind eye to the fallen, and by extension, could not abandon a misfortunate baby Hyakkimaru. Dororo seeing a hideous monster immediately puts him into a confrontational headspace similar to hours earlier, causing him to question the man he previously had such faith in because he didn't see the same threat. Dororo is also blinded by the beauty of the Lady Bandai and her resemblance to his late mother, whereas Hyakkimaru can see nothing but her malicious evil. The villagers, so blinded by their own greed, ultimately turn a blind eye to the horrors of the demon they serve. And lastly, by slaying said demon, at the end of the episode, Hyakkimaru seemingly begins to sprout a pair of genuine eyes, which, of course, is bound to alter his view of the world forever. And it's that sort of cohesion within a story that you just have to appreciate. And despite that earlier nitpick, this episode does still manage to inform us without a deposition dump in other areas. For instance, we're given the necessary context clues to further cement the thinking that with each demon slayed, Hyakkimaru will have something regained. And with the Lady Bandai coming to recognize him, because he cannot hear her and Dororo is oblivious to what she's referring to, it's as if she's speaking to us alone as the only able-bodied observers. Having fallen prey to the belief that the old man was the one to adopt Hyakkimaru in the previous episode, I'm now even more impressed by Hyakkimaru's skill. He's calculated and precise, and despite having been pierced directly by the demon, he's unfazed. Pain is too familiar to him. As an infant, he couldn't even cry, so why start now? Which is just so badass and is exactly why, as it currently stands, Hyakkimaru is the #1 anime badass of 2019. Share your thoughts on this episode in the comments because I'm really enjoying this series thus far, and I hope you are too. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.